I'll record this. So the garage is planning to send advertising leaflets to every house in the region. The region comprises 6 areas. You're going to prepare a spreadsheet to calculate how much it would cost. This spreadsheet will be used to model cost depending upon the supplier chosen. Use suitable software package, load the file there. So one by one, we'll do it. I'm going to load the file. Here we go. This is JX leaflet is what we have to. So you can see over here is, you need to understand this carefully, this spreadsheet, okay? So we have the chosen supplier, which we'll enter over here. These are our suppliers. This is the fixed fee. This is the rate over 0. This is the rate over 2000. This is the rate over 2000. These are my areas, and these are the proper number of properties that are in the areas, and that's the fixed fee, okay? So first of all, we have to understand the spreadsheet. They say in cell A2, enter the name of one of the supplier. Okay, so we need to enter the name of one of the supplier over here. So all we have to do is, this can be found from A7 till A11. So obviously what we'll do is we have to just choose one of that. So I'll just copy, let's say tendering leaflet, and I will paste it over here. That's all, nothing much. Next is in cell B21, enter formula calculate the total number of properties in the region. Again, very simple, but obviously I have to do it. I can't ignore it. All we have to do is equals to sum. And here we go, sum, and we need to sum this up. Here we go, right? Fine. Again, simple, not a big issue. Obviously, 1 marks. In cell C15, enter formula that will look up the fixed fee for the supplier selected. In cell A2, this formula will look up the chosen supplier in the supplier table and return the corresponding fixed fee. So what they're saying is that we need to do is, we need the fixed fee over here. So if I've chosen the supplier tendering leaflet, I want the fixed fee 50 to appear here. So obviously all 50 will appear. And if I change this to XML, obviously I'll get 1000. So fixed fee obviously will remain the same. So what we'll do is we'll use is equals to VLOOKUP, obviously. That's my lookup value. Okay. Oh, sorry, that's not my lookup value. That's my lookup value, comma, comma. My table array obviously is this, because I want to compare the supplier with the fixed fee, right? Obviously, I'm going to log this FNF4. Oops, sorry, not FNF4. I press something else. I'll select the range and FNF4, right? To log the range. We'll always log the range. Now I have to get the data from the second column and comma 0 for the exact match. But you'll see over here is there's one thing that we have to note. If I replicate this, I get NA, because obviously A2 has to be logged as well. Because if I don't log A2, A2 will become A3, A4, A5, and all that. So this is one of the questions where both the lookup value and the range has to be logged. So again, I am going to log this, right? So now I can replicate this. So again, no problem. But this part is what I wanted to discuss with you today, right? So let's read this carefully. So in D15, enter a formula that will display the rate charged for each delivery for the supplier selected in cell A2. This formula will look up the chosen supplier in the supplier table and choose the correct rate, depending on the number of properties for that area, and return the corresponding rate from the supplier table. Now, what they're saying is, let me explain you. I want the rate. Rate is dependent on two things. The rate is dependent upon who the supplier is. So first we have to see who the representative supplier is. So when I choose the supplier, I have to look at the properties. See, these are the number of properties. And if the number of property is over to 20,000, you see the rate is different. So let's say if I've chosen the supplier, the rate of this over 20,000 is this, over 2,000 is this, and over 0 is, and between 2,000 is this. And the rate for this is different. In fact, let me choose is XMail, because XMail's rates are all different. So here we go, XMail. So you get my point. So this is why this question is of 15 marks, because what they're saying is, if the supplier chosen was XMail and the area was Cambridge, this should return the rate for this supplier for a town of 27 town properties, which would give the rate of 0.002 for each delivery. So that's what I explained you, that there are two things we have to see. So let's see how this can be done. Is equals to if, obviously. And what we'll do is, I will say is if this value is greater than, oh my God, again, this key is still not, okay, no problem. We can use the keyboard. It will just take a second. In fact, that way I'll do slowly as well. If this value is greater than 20,000, okay, if it's greater than 20, if this value is greater than 20,000, okay, then I need to vertically look up this, okay, and obviously I am going to log this, comma, from where I am going to choose from here. I am going to log this as well, obviously. And in case of over 20,000, this is one column, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So in case of 20,000, I want the data to come from the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 from the fifth column. And obviously want the exact match, right? Okay. Then what we do is we need to implement is comma, another if. So if now this value, if it's greater than 2000, right? Oh, I didn't type greater than. This would have been a mistake. Okay, I know. If this is greater than 2000, then vertically look up again this, and you log this, comma, from the same array, and you log this. And now since it's 2000, it's 1, 2, 3, 4th. In that array, it's from the 4th column. And obviously, let's get the exact match, same way. And obviously, if this is done. Now I don't have to use another if, because we are left with just one condition, that is over 0. So in the false value, you can see over here is in my if. In the false, I can just write over here. Otherwise, just look up this value, comma F4, comma, select from this range, F4, and now get the data from the third column, and comma 0, right? And obviously here we go, we can close this. So here we go. I'll just press yes, and we get the answer. That's why I record the lecture, because you can have a look at it again and again if you have a problem, and I can replicate this. So why am I getting N? Let me just check. So we have over here is, I locked everything. Oh, I didn't lock A2. That's why. F and F4. Right. So here we go. Let's replicate. So let's change this to AB leaflet and C, Control C. So we were creating a dynamic sheet over here. So you see, we just created a dynamic sheet. Very interesting paper where examiner wants your output to change accordingly. Question, okay, you did it. So did you get now question 14? Huda? I'm sorry, I didn't read your message. Oh, good. I'll share this video with you as well. Plus, at the same time, I will upload that software, okay, which includes all these videos. So let's say if next class I want to discuss with you is another paper, I will tell you beforehand, let's do these papers. Okay. In fact, I am going to send you a list of all Excel papers, a list of all of them that we have to complete as soon as possible. All Excel for P2 and P4 all. Okay, let's speed up the process. Okay, let's try to speed it up. And the best way to speed up is that I can facilitate you with my software, with my videos. Okay, and that way we can make it faster. You agree with me? Huda beta? And now you let me know. Okay, I'll share all these things with you. You let me know when are we meeting again. Okay, so whenever, fine. I'll see and I'll tell you. Okay, or I'll ask you like in a day or so. Can we have a class tomorrow? And let's try to speed it up a bit more. Okay, right? Okay, I'll just share with you. Make sure you attempt it And if you don't get any point, please get back to me again, okay? Try to be more in touch with me. Right, Uda beta? Okay, beta. Okay, see you then.